Hello, my friend. Welcome. I am so happy you are here with me tonight. My name is Anna, and this is the VUS Learning English podcast. If you have been here before, welcome back. It is so good to have you with us again. And if this is your first time, I am so glad you found us. This is a quiet place, a safe place to relax and learn English. Tonight, I want to talk about something that I think you know. It is a feeling that many English learners have. Someone asks you a question in English. It is a simple question, and you know the answer. You feel it inside you. But your brain just stops. It hits a wall, and in that silence, your brain starts to work very, very hard. It feels like secret, difficult math. First, you think of the answer in your native language. Then, you start looking for the English words one by one. You try to put them together. You try to remember the grammar rules. Does this word go here or there? Is this the right tense? And all this time, you are standing there, quiet. Your face might feel warm. You might feel a little panic in your chest. The other person is waiting. They are looking at you with a kind face. But the silence feels so long, so heavy. And then, when you are finally ready, when you have the sentence prepared in your mind, the moment is gone. The conversation has moved on. And you are left with the words you could not say. It can feel so frustrating. It can even feel a little sad, like you failed. I know this feeling very, very well. I was stuck in that translation trap for years. My brain was always translating from my language to English. And back again. It was exhausting. It made me feel like I was not good at English. I spent so much time learning vocabulary. I memorized long lists of words. I studied grammar books for hours. But I could not have a smooth, natural conversation. It felt like my brain was running two different programs, and they were fighting each other. I honestly started to believe that fluency was not for me, that some people could do it, but I could not. It felt like a dream for other people, not for me. But then something changed. It was not a new book. It was not a secret grammar rule. It was not a magic app on my phone. It was a small shift in my mind, a completely different way of thinking about the language. A gentler way. And this small shift changed everything. It unlocked my brain. It helped me find the flow. It helped me finally to think directly in English. In our time together tonight, I want to share this mindset shift with you. And I want to share 3 simple, gentle ideas. 3 peaceful techniques that helped me. And I believe they can help you too. You can start using them today, right now even. They are not about studying hard. They are about being gentle with yourself and building a new peaceful habit. Okay, let's begin. Before we talk about the how, let's talk about the why. Why does your brain do this? Why does it translate everything? First, I want you to know this. It is not because you are bad at English. Not at all. In fact, it is a very natural starting point. Your brain is amazing. It is a pattern matching machine. It loves to find connections. So, when you started learning English, your brain did something very clever. It connected the new language to the old language. It connected English to your native language. because that is what it knows best. It felt logical, like building a bridge from something familiar to something new. But here's the problem. That bridge becomes a bottleneck. It gets crowded. Speaking a language is not about converting one word at a time. True fluency is about flow. It is about a feeling, an automatic response. When you translate, you are asking your brain to do so much work for every single sentence. Think about the steps. First, the thought comes in your native language. Second, you have to search your memory for all the English words. Third, you try to build an English sentence using English grammar. Fourth, you finally speak. That is so many steps. It creates a huge traffic jam in your mind, and that traffic jam is what causes those long, awkward pauses. It is why you feel so tired after just a short conversation in English. Your brain is working too hard. I want you to imagine something with me. Imagine you are learning to play the piano. But instead of just reading the music and letting your fingers play, you first had to say the name of each note in your head. Then you had to find that key on a paper chart. And only then could you press the key. Could you play a beautiful song that way? No. You would just make a series of slow, disconnected sounds. There would be no music, no feeling, no flow. That is exactly what mental translation does to your speaking. It treats English like a secret code, something to be figured out piece by piece. But English is not a code. It is a living thing. It is a tool for connection, for sharing your ideas and your heart. So here's the big mindset shift, the big, gentle change in thinking. You have to start experiencing your life in English, not just learning English as a subject in school. The goal is to build new pathways in your brain, direct pathways, pathways that connect your thoughts and ideas straight to English words, bypassing your native language completely. It is like building a new road, a direct road. So you do not need to take the old, slow, winding path anymore. This does not mean you forget your language, of course not. Your language is beautiful and important. It is part of you. It just means you are building a second system, an independent system that can run all by itself. It takes time. It takes patience. But the gentle ideas I am about to share with you will help. They will help you build this new mental habit, and they will help make thinking in English your new normal, your new peaceful habit. So let's begin with the first idea. This one is my favorite because it is so simple, and you can start doing it the moment you want to, maybe even right now as you listen. It might sound too simple to work, but its effect is very powerful. Here it is. You are going to become the narrator of your own life. Like in a movie, there is a quiet voice that says what is happening. You will be that voice. You will describe your actions, your feelings, and your surroundings in simple English. You can say it out loud in a soft voice, or you can just say it silently in your head. I remember when I first started doing this, I was in my kitchen. It was a rainy afternoon. The light was soft and gray. I felt a little silly. I thought, okay, Anna, let's try this. I was making myself a cup of tea, and I started speaking in a very quiet voice. I am walking to the kitchen. I am opening the cupboard. I'm taking out a mug. It's a blue mug. I love this mug. It felt strange at first. My voice was just a whisper, but I kept going. Now I am getting the tea. I am pouring hot water into the mug. I can see the steam. I am putting the tea bag in the water. I'm waiting for the tea to be ready. So, why does this simple game work so well? It is because it creates a direct link, a direct connection between a real-world action and its English name. You are not translating. When you look at your tea mug and you think, "This is a blue mug," you are not thinking of the word for mug in your language first. You are connecting the real object in your hand directly to the English words. You are living an experience, and you are attaching English to that experience. This is how children learn their first language. Through constant real-world interaction. They see a dog and hear the word dog again and again. Soon the connection is automatic. See the dog. Think dog. No translation. The most important part of this is to start small. Start very, very small. Do not try to make complex, perfect sentences. That pressure is not helpful. That pressure will send you right back into translation mode. Start with single words, just one word at a time. As you walk around your home, just name things, in your head or in a whisper. You walk into your living room. You see a chair. You think, chair. You see a table, table. You look out the window, window. You see a lamp, lamp. A book, book. That's it. It is so simple, but you are doing something amazing. You are building the first, most basic connections. It is like creating a new path in a forest. At first, it is hard to see, but the more you walk on it, the clearer it becomes. When you feel comfortable with single words, you can move to simple sentences. Very simple. Just follow a basic pattern. Subject, verb, object. I see a chair. I am opening the door. I see a car. She is drinking water. The goal is not to be a great writer. The goal is repetition, making it automatic. You can narrate your morning routine. When you wake up tomorrow, you can try it. I am opening my eyes. I am getting out of bed. I'm brushing my teeth. I am washing my face. I'm choosing my clothes for today. I will wear the blue shirt. Every sentence is a small victory. Every sentence makes that new path in your brain a little stronger. And as you get better, you can add more detail, a little more color. Imagine you are sitting on a bus or a train. Instead of just looking at your phone, you can play this quiet game. Narrate what you see. That car is red. A man is reading a newspaper. A woman is listening to music. The trees are moving. I see a small dog. The dog is happy. You are taking a moment that is usually empty, and you are turning it into active, gentle practice. You're making your life your English classroom. I know that many people feel self-conscious doing this. They worry that someone will hear them. If speaking out loud feels too strange, especially in public, just do it silently in your head. The mental process is exactly the same. Your brain is still making those direct connections. Remember, every simple sentence you form is a win. It is one more repetition, one more rep that strengthens your think in English muscle. This is not about perfection. It is about practice. It is about patience. This small daily habit is one of the kindest and most powerful ways to build a brain that thinks directly in English. Now, for our second gentle idea. This one is about how we learn new words. This idea helps us with a tool that many of us think is our best friend, the bilingual dictionary. The dictionary that goes from your language to English. For many years, this was my main way of learning vocabulary. I had notebooks full of long lists. On one side of the page, the English word. On the other side, the word in my language. I thought this was very efficient. I was memorizing hundreds of words. But this method was actually reinforcing the translation habit. It was training my brain to believe that every English word had a perfect one-to-one match in my language. But language is not like that. Words have feelings and colors and connections that a direct translation can miss. More importantly, this method created a dependency. My brain always had to go through my native language first to find the meaning of an English word. It was like a gatekeeper. I could not go directly to the English meaning. So the solution is to start learning new words in a new way, through association, through context, through feeling, not just through direct translation. We want to connect new English words directly to images, to feelings, to concepts, and to other English words. This helps you build a rich, beautiful web of meaning. And this web is built entirely within the English part of your brain. I call this the word association game. It is a little more creative, and it can be very relaxing. The next time you learn a new word, I invite you to try this. Do not just write down the translation. Instead, create a word web or a mind map. Let's take a simple, beautiful word, the word warm. In the old method with the dictionary lists, you would write warm equals, and then the word in your language. A simple, flat connection. In our new method, we will give this word a home. Take a piece of paper or a page in your notebook. Write the word warm at the center of the page and draw a circle around it. Now take a moment. Close your eyes if you like. What do you think of when you hear the word warm? What images come to your mind? What feelings? Now draw little lines branching out from that circle, and at the end of each line, write or draw your ideas, all in English. Maybe a line goes to the word sun. You can even draw a little picture of a sun. Another line could go to a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. You can feel the warmth in your hands. You can connect it to feelings. Maybe warm makes you feel cozy or comfortable or sleepy. Write those words down. You can connect it to other words that mean something similar. Synonyms. Words like tepid or lukewarm. You can also connect it to its opposite. The opposite of warm is cold, or cool, or frigid. And you can write a simple sentence that is personal to you. I like the warm weather. Or my sweater is warm. Do you see the difference? You just spent a few minutes thinking about the word warm completely in English. You connected it to an image, the sun. You connected it to a physical feeling. You connected it to emotions, cozy, comfortable. And you connected it to other English words, cold, tepid. Now your brain has many different paths to the meaning of warm, not just one path through your native language. The next time you want to describe a nice temperature, your brain will not search for a translation. It might remember the image of the sun or the feeling of being cozy. And the word warm will just appear naturally, softly. This works for any word. Let's think of a noun like dog. Instead of just translating the word dog, find a picture of a dog. Look at the picture and repeat the word softly to yourself. Dog. 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 Now let's build associations. What do you think of when you see a dog? The sound it makes. Bark. The part that wags, tail. What covers its body? Fur. How it makes you feel. Loyal. Friend. Pet. You are building a world around the word dog. This is even more important for abstract words, words for ideas or feelings. Let's take a big word like success. Translating this word is almost useless because success means different things to different people. So make a mind map. What does success mean to you right now in your life? Maybe one line goes to achieving a goal. Another line could be feeling proud of myself. Another, financial stability. Or learning a new skill, like learning English. Maybe for you today, success is just having a peaceful moment. Listening to this podcast, that is a beautiful success. By doing this, you are not just learning a word. You are internalizing a concept. You are making the word yours in English. A big part of this journey is making a small change in the tools you use. It can be helpful to switch from a bilingual dictionary to an English to English dictionary, a monolingual dictionary. When you look up a word, you read the definition in simple English, and you see example sentences in English. This is total immersion. You are keeping your brain in the English world. I will be honest. At first, this is challenging. It can be very difficult. You might have to look up words that are in the definition of the word you are looking up. It can feel like you are lost. But I want you to be patient with yourself. Stick with it. It is like exploring a new city without a map in your own language. At first, it is confusing, but slowly you start to recognize the streets. You start to build your own map inside your head. It is a powerful way to build an independent, English-thinking mind. So here's a gentle invitation. The next 5 new words you learn. Try not to write the translation. Try creating a word web for each one. It takes a little more time, but you are not just memorizing a word for a test. You are building the very architecture of fluency in your mind. You are building a home for your new words. As we build this English world in our minds, we can also make small changes in the world around us. Here is a small, easy idea for you. Think about your phone. How many times do you look at it each day? Maybe 50 times, maybe 100 times, or more. The words on the screen are always there. settings, messages, clock. What if those words were in English? It is a very small change, but it creates constant passive immersion. You see and read English words without even trying, every single day. If you feel ready for this, maybe you can try it later. Go into your phone's settings and switch the language to English. It might feel a little strange for a day or two, but you will learn the new words very quickly because you already know what they mean. This is just a gentle idea, no pressure. But it is one of the easiest ways to surround yourself with English. If you decide to try it, you can let me know in the comments. I would love to hear about it. We have talked about building a foundation with narration. We have talked about creating rich connections with word association. Now we need to talk about the moment of truth, the conversation. This is where the fear lives for many of us. The fear of making a mistake. The fear of looking foolish. The fear of that long, heavy silence. We want to say something perfect. So we hesitate. We overthink. We start that clumsy translation process in our head. And while we are working so hard inside, the moment passes. The opportunity is gone. Our third idea for tonight is an exercise, a game to break this cycle of hesitation, to break the habit of silence. I call it the 5-second response rule, but maybe we can call it the 5-second brave choice. The idea is simple. When someone asks you a question in English, you have to start speaking your answer within 5 seconds. Let me say that again. You have to open your mouth and start making English sounds within 5 seconds. No more sitting in silence while you search for the perfect sentence. I know that sounds terrifying. Your brain will scream, but I don't know what to say. It won't be perfect. I'm not ready. And that is exactly the point. We are training for communication, not for perfection. The goal is to force your brain to use the English it already has. Right now. Instead of waiting for the English it wishes it had. It is about building a conversational reflex, an instinct to speak, not to be silent. So, what do you say? What do you say if you do not have a perfect answer ready in 5 seconds? You use conversational fillers. You use soft, gentle phrases to buy yourself some thinking time. But here's the key. You are buying time in English. You are staying in the conversation. You are holding your place. This is something native speakers do all the time. We do it without even thinking. It is a natural part of conversation. Let's imagine someone asks you a question. What's the most interesting book you've ever read? The old you might just freeze. Silence, panic, translation. But the new you is going to make the 5-second brave choice. Inside your 5 seconds, you will choose one of these phrases and you will say it. You could say, "Oh, that's a great question." Or, "Wow, let me think for a second." Or, "The most interesting book." Or, "That's a tough one." Or, "Well, off the top of my head." What did you just do? You followed the rule. You made the brave choice. You started speaking in English. You broke the silence. And you just gave your brain a gift, the gift of a few extra seconds, maybe 5 or 10 seconds. And your brain can use this time to search for the real answer. But it is searching in a much less panicked state. It is searching the background. While you are saying, "That's an interesting question," your brain is working quietly. It is thinking, "Book, read. Interesting. Ah, that one about history." And then the real answer starts to come. This technique retrains your response to pressure. Instead of freezing, your new habit becomes speaking. It gives you permission to be imperfect. It gives you permission to be human. You will discover that once you just start talking, the rest of the words flow more easily. The first word is the hardest. So how can you practice this alone? It is easy. And you can do it in a quiet, private way. You can find lists of conversation starter questions online. Just search for conversation questions. Or I can give you a few right now. What's your favorite movie? What did you do last weekend? If you could travel anywhere, where would you go? Read a question out loud. Or just read it in your head, and then force yourself to start answering within 5 seconds. You can record yourself on your phone and listen back. Don't judge yourself, just listen. You will probably be surprised at how much English you can actually produce when you stop trying to be perfect. You will make mistakes. Your grammar will not be perfect. You will search for words. It does not matter. None of that matters. You are breaking the habit of silence. And you are building the habit of communication. That is the victory. This exercise is a game changer for your confidence. After a few weeks of practicing this, you will enter conversations with less fear because you know you have a strategy. You know you will not just freeze. You will speak. And that is everything. So we have talked about 3 gentle ideas tonight. 3 quiet ways to change your relationship with English. Let's just hold them in our minds for a moment. First, we talked about becoming the daily narrator, describing your world and your actions in simple English, building a direct bridge between your life and the language. Second, we talked about the word association game, learning new words by connecting them to images and feelings and other English words, creating a rich, beautiful home for each word in your mind. And third, we talked about the 5-second brave choice, training yourself to respond to questions right away, using gentle fillers to buy time, breaking the habit of hesitation, and building your conversational confidence. Do you notice a pattern here? A common thread. None of these ideas are about memorizing more grammar rules. They are not about studying harder. They are all active, practical, gentle exercises. They are designed to change your habits. And they all serve that one central mindset shift we talked about at the beginning. Stop treating English as a code to be translated and start using it as a tool to experience your world. Fluency is not about how many words you know. It is not a competition. Fluency is about how automatically and peacefully you can use the words you have. It is a shift from passive knowledge in a book to active skill in your life. Breaking a lifelong habit is not easy. Thinking in your native language is a habit you have had for your whole life. So changing it does not happen overnight. It is a process, a slow, gentle journey. It takes patience, and it takes consistency. There will be days when your brain feels tired. There will be days when it feels foggy. On those days, your brain will go back to its old habit. It will want to translate. That is completely normal. It is okay. Please do not get discouraged on those days. Do not be hard on yourself. The key is to be kind to yourself, always, and to celebrate the small wins, the tiny moments of progress. Did you manage to narrate your breakfast in English today? Even just for 1 minute? That is a huge victory. Celebrate it. Did you create a little mind map for one new word this week? That is wonderful progress. Did you answer a question without freezing? Even if the sentence was not perfect? That is a massive step forward. You were brave. Be proud of that. I like to think of learning to think in English like learning to ride a bike. Maybe you remember that feeling. At first, you have training wheels on your bike. Those training wheels are your native language. They keep you safe. They help you learn the basic movements, but they also make you slow and a little wobbly, and you cannot turn corners very well. These techniques we talked about tonight, they are how you take those training wheels off, and yes, it feels scary at first. You will wobble. You will feel unsteady. You might even fall a few times. A mistake in English is just a small fall. It is not a disaster. You just get up and you try again. And then one day, something magical happens. You find your balance and you are riding. You are not even thinking about balancing anymore. You are not thinking about your feet on the pedals. You are just looking at the world around you. You are feeling the wind on your face. You are riding. That is what it feels like when you start thinking in English. One day, you will be in a conversation, and the words will just come. Speaking will no longer feel like a difficult calculation. It will just happen. It will feel natural. It will feel like you. So please, my friend, start small, stay consistent, and trust the process. Trust yourself. You have already put in so much work to get here. Now it is time to unlock the fluency that is already waiting inside you. Thank you so much for spending this time with me tonight. I am so happy you were here. It means a lot to me that we can share this quiet space together. If you are going to commit to trying one of these gentle techniques this week, I would love to hear about it. You can tell me in the comments below. Will you try being the daily narrator, or the word association game, or the 5-second brave choice? Declaring your intention is a powerful first step, and I will be there to cheer for you. If this episode helped you feel a little more hopeful or a little less alone, please give it a like and subscribe for more tips and stories on how to learn English with a calm and confident heart. Be kind to yourself on your journey. Remember that slow progress is still beautiful progress. You are doing a wonderful thing. Take good care tonight. I will see you in the next one. Good night, my friend.